In this video, I'll explain how to set up your camera for panning shots. I'm sure there are some of you who have tried panning photography but were unable to take good photos. So, this time I would like to explain how even beginners can easily take panning shots. The contents of the video are also explained on this blog, so if you are interested, please check the URL in the description. First, let's talk about panning. First of all, panning is a technique that expresses a dynamic sense of speed and realism by focusing on a moving subject, such as a person on a bike, and blurring the background in the direction of the movement, making the subject stand out. Next, take a photo in M mode. In M mode you have control over shutter speed and ISO. Unlike auto or aperture priority modes, manual mode allows you to control every aspect of the shot based on your own judgment and creative vision. Turn the top dial to M manual mode. Next, shutter speed plays a big role in panning. Whether you want to blur the background or keep the subject sharp, shutter speed plays a key role. A fast shutter speed reduces blur, while a slow shutter speed makes your image more prone to blur. I took some photos of the train. Look how blurry they are. These are shutter speeds of 1/4, 1/15, 1/125 and 1/1000. As you can see, as the shutter speed increases, the train becomes clearer. Change the shutter speed according to the speed of the subject's movement. There are two things to consider when deciding on this number. First, tip 1, if the subject is moving slowly, use a slower shutter speed. If the subject is moving quickly, use a faster shutter speed. The key point is that a slower shutter speed will give the background a greater sense of speed, but it will also make blur more noticeable. Conversely, a higher value will result in less blurring, but the sense of speed in the background will be diminished. Tap the shutter speed, then turn the top dial to set it between January 20th and 1/125 seconds. Next, set the aperture to f/5.6 or higher. Setting the aperture to f/5.6 or higher allows you to capture sharper, more defined images. Tap the F number and set it to f/6.3. Then set your ISO to the appropriate brightness. You can set the appropriate brightness by adjusting the ISO. The key is to increase the ISO value if the image is dark and decrease the ISO value if the image is bright. Set the brightness appropriately. Tap ISO and set it to ISO 400. The next step is to set it to continuous shooting. We recommend continuous shooting, as this increases the number of shots you can take and allows you to select the best shot from them. Press the right side of the control dial or arrow pad to select continuous shooting. Then, just hold down the shutter button to take continuous shots. This is the key to a good photo shoot. First, take continuous shots until the subject passes by. Keep pressing the shutter until the subject passes in front of you. The key here is to move the camera to match the speed of the subject. Another key point is to move the camera horizontally, but be careful to avoid moving it vertically as much as possible. Vertical shake also occurs when the camera shakes vertically. So in that case, I recommend using a monopod. Using a monopod allows you to pan smoothly side to side while preventing vertical shake, making it easier to capture clean panning shots. Summary. That's how to take beautiful panning shots. I hope you can fine-tune the current settings to find the values that work best for your shot. I will also be explaining how to set up the camera for various scenes, so please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.